G'day everyone, Lauren Kress, the business scientist here. Welcome to another LinkedIn profile tips video. Today we're talking about writing connection requests. So when you reach out to someone and connect with them on LinkedIn, they become part of your network. They automatically become a follower of your content as well. So it's really important that you're reaching out and connecting with people who are potential customers, collaborators, partners, providers, anyone who you want in your business network, you want to be connected with on LinkedIn. So if you don't have a key stakeholder map and you don't know who you should be reaching out to, go check out my video on key stakeholder mapping, and then you'll understand a little bit more about how to get the strategy behind who you need to be connecting with. So let me just quickly show you what this looks like first off. So if you're not connected with someone and they're open to be connected with, they'll have this blue connect button here. Now, if you're on the mobile and you click connect, it will just send a connection request without an invite. If you do it on desktop, it will prompt you to write an invite. So let's do it now. It will say you can add a note to personalize your invitation. I click add a note and I can add my note there. If you're on mobile, what you'll need to do is you'll need to go to the more part and there'll be an option to personalize your invitation. And that's what you want to click to connect on mobile with a personalized note. So what do you need to say in your personalized note? If I was looking at my profile and going, okay, how do I reach out to this person? What should I say? There's essentially two things I look at. There's the banner and there's their about section. That's going to tell me, and I'll look at their headline quickly as well. So okay, this person's a podcaster. Okay, she's a growth strategist, content creator. If I go and click her about section, okay, these are two things she likes to do. Oh, and she's also said to include a note in her invitation. So if I don't spend those few seconds doing that and then I connect, then you're basically kind of letting that other person know. Like if they've said, please include a note and you don't include a note, more and more people are asking for that. People are going to be like, either this is a robot or this person doesn't have attention to detail. It doesn't create a good first impression, regardless of whether you're looking for career opportunities or business opportunities. In both cases, doesn't set a good impression. Okay, so this person wants a note. What do we say in this note? Well, she's into podcasting, she does a podcast, and she's into strategy. Now it's going to depend what's going on for you. So let's say, for instance, that you're a podcaster. Then you could simply say something like, hey Lauren, saw you run a podcast. Me too. I love it. How long have you been recording for? Would love to connect and see how we can collaborate. Simple, right? Just makes that person feel important. Like, oh, they've actually seen me. They actually know a bit about me. Really simple things like get their name right. Spell it correctly. If there's cultural differences, like here in Australia, we're very casual. So we use first names pretty much straight off the bat. If people send me notes that say like Miss or Madam, I'm just like, it's a bit weird for me because I'm like, that's not how I would talk and not how a lot of people in my network would talk. But like say you weren't a podcaster, say you were someone who helps podcasters. Here's something that I wouldn't send. I wouldn't say something like, hey Lauren, and people have sent me messages like this. Do you need to promote your podcast? Right. So for me, I'm like, okay, so basically this person is just seeing me as cash. I feel a bit objectified and they just want to sell to me. So 95% of the time I won't accept a request like that. 5% of the time, if I'm actually looking for someone to help with that kind of stuff, like this is just an example, I might say, well, what do you mean by that? Because a lot of the time podcast promoters actually can cause more harm than good. But I would just be like, well, what do you mean by that? Tell me a little bit more. So you can be pushy in the connection request. I just think it's not the best way to reach out to someone if you're looking to actually build your network and build that influence on LinkedIn. If it's more like you're not a podcaster, but you're like, I really want this person in my network, you could say something like, hey, Lauren, saw that you are a podcaster. What have you been working on lately? Would love to learn more about you and your show. Now, notice in all of these cases, I'm talking about the person I'm reaching out to. I'm not talking about me. I'm not saying, hey, like I'm this person, I do this, and I want you in my network. I'm not saying me. I'm saying you. So that's essentially a key. Make it about the other person. If you want more LinkedIn profile tips like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll be back soon with more LinkedIn profile tips.